Hello. We're back at our usual spot. I guess I just wanted to share that sometimes bad patterns or bad habits, unhealthy habits will arise again and again. And I think it can be very easy to beat yourself up over those manifestations of previous selves. That's something that I've been kind of going through. Hopefully you can ignore the noise outside, but that's something that I've been going through and working through these past couple of weeks of I have this really bad habit of putting multiple alarms and not waking up or like hearing them snoozing and then going back to bed, and it's really bad. And I also have I had some like disordered eating tendencies, and a big part of it is just like consuming food for comfort and not really being present in my body when I do so. Like seeking like an external source of dopamine. And yeah, I've been kind of falling into those habits for whatever reason. And like my own journey with my mental health is like all over the place, and it's still something in progress, but exactly that it is exactly the lesson, that it's something that is still in progress and doesn't necessitate some harsh critique of yourself. It necessitates acknowledgement of the patterns, and it can be very easy for one to say, okay, I'm gonna like stop all of this like immediately, and tomorrow I'm gonna wake up at 5 a.m. and like run 3 miles and make my breakfast and like get all my work done and do this and this and get my life together. And that is precisely like the energy that is like great, but oh god, and I'm sick also. Sorry, this is so gross. Actually no, it's not. I don't care. And I think having that energy is very motivating, and lights a fire under your ass. I don't know if I can curse on YouTube, so but I don't care. Anyway, there's so much noise outside my house. It's so lovely. And I think it can be very propelling. It can propel you, it can push you forward to want to get these things done. But at the same time, it needs to come from a place where you acknowledge that these versions of yourself are coming back up. It's like a spiral, these are lessons that you have to learn again and again. And if you keep trying to redirect your path using force, I mean, it's just gonna push back even harder. And those routines might function for a week or so, and but all the stress and all the almost like hate or contempt, or just like all this disdain that you have for these bad habits, it's not just these bad habits. Those bad habits are associated with a version of you that didn't know how to cope, that didn't have the strategies that you might have now. And this version of yourself is going to be one that maybe your future self is going to be like, oh my god, like, why did she do this? Why did she do that? And so, oh god, as easy as it is to, punch yourself up in a figurative sense, I think it's also necessary to push yourself and encourage yourself through love, or through dedication, through dedication to your own growth. And that doesn't mean like, okay, like, yeah, you can just like ignore your responsibilities and not do anything, but that means, all right, what can I get done right now? And meet myself where I'm at. If it means skipping a few steps in your morning routine, if it means doing your work from bed, if it means, you know, not putting on the best outfit but just going out and getting some steps, or, you know, like things like that, where you give up some comforts, or you add more comfort in order to meet yourself where you're at, so that you can keep pushing forward. Because depriving yourself of all of these things and trying to push through as much as it is necessary sometimes, and as much as it can definitely benefit, I think that often moving through the world in this form of survival really, really hurts the spirit. And obviously there have been times where I just gotta keep pushing, even if I don't want to, even if it's hard, especially when it's hard. But when these unhealthy habits show up, they're telling me, hey, you're not taking care of something right now, and you should pay attention to it, instead of just zooming past them, you know? Because again, I mean, if you ignore them, or if you try to forcefully recorrect, you're gonna be met with a lot of pushback, a lot of tension within yourself. So yeah, these are some reflections from today, and hopefully you were able to get something from them. I gotta keep working on an assignment, and I think I'm gonna go do it in a friend's room. They have a cat there. Oh god. We actually lost the cat, or they lost the cat for a few days, but she's found. She's back in the room, and I think I'm just gonna go hang out in there. They have a really comfortable beanbag, and you know, this has got to get done. But I'm also acknowledging the fact that I'm kind of sick. I'm on my period. I don't really feel like doing anything, but I'm doing this because I know that I don't want to feel stressed out later. But I'm not doing it saying, hey, you suck, you gotta do this, because otherwise you're a failure, otherwise you're this, or, you know. I'm doing it because I care about myself, I care about my future well-being, and I care about showing up for myself. I'm proving to myself that I can push through difficult things in difficult times, or you know, I can still take one step forward, you know. I'm not going to immediately transform my life, but I can do one thing at a time, right? So anyway, hope you got something out of that. Much love, much peace wherever you are, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.